We are really excited to be here with the Trinity Oaks organization at the Thumbtack Ranch.
The significance of the Thumbtack Ranch is it's owned by an organization called Trinity Oaks, which is a foundation that does a lot of good for veterans and wounded veterans and kids and first responders. They get people to come out here and just enjoy the outdoors, get them back in the outdoors, and kind of along the same lines of what we're trying to do, just to get people out, because it's good therapy.
Don't flip over. There's a lot of people with disabilities who either don't have the funds or just don't have the ability physically to get on an airplane and travel all the way across the ocean in order to hunt exotic animals. And so that's one thing that I just love about hunting down here.
People like to keep doing what they love doing, even though they may need a little help, or a lot of times it's just people need a place to go that they don't have the means anymore. Gives you something to live for.
We are going to check out this trailer blind in the daytime so we can see everything and see exactly how many chairs we can fit in, how many people we can fit in, and things like that. We're doing that now, so we come out in the morning and it's dark. We'll know exactly how we need to be set up, and that will be good to go. Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect. That's a nice 180. This is the first time that I have ever been down to Texas hunting. I've never hunted in terrain like this. I've never hunted these animals before. I knew it was going to be completely different than the mountains of Wyoming where I'm used to hunting.
We're axis hunting for the first time at Thumbtack, which is exciting for me. I know it's exciting for Ashlee too, for the both of us to get out together and go hunt axis deer. Living in Texas, exotic hunting, coming in bigger and bigger every year. Surprisingly, I've never done much of it at all until now.
Looks like a bug. He's in velvet, so he's not a shooter. See what comes out. We got, looks like some does. They're just walking straight across the game trail. Nobody's really stopping or anything. Doe. It looks like they're, yeah, okay, there's another buck coming out, but he's in velvet too. We saw several axis deer cross right about 100 yards in front of us on a little game trail. The first couple that crossed were bucks, but they were still in a velvet, and we need to find a hard horn. It was pretty neat to see them though. So if you are a hunter with a disability, specifically one with a mobility issue and maybe you use a wheelchair, one of the things you know more than anything is access is one of the biggest issues. And so when I thought about hunting in Texas, all I could think about was this really thick brush and just rocky terrain and things like that. And I was right, we got down here and that's exactly what the terrain was like. And so just being prepared for that and knowing you're gonna be a little slower and it's gonna be a little rougher, but I think in the end that kind of makes it worth it.
This is one of the vehicle modifications, one of the popular ones, provided to us by Mobility and Partners of Houston. A friend of mine, generous enough to let us use this vehicle all week to pick Ashlee up and to get around from one place to the next.
We've seen it in other vehicles where they can put a rig like this on the driver's side too. And then you can also remove the chair if you want to stay in your chair and have something that locks it down if you're more someone who likes to drive as well. So it's just great that people have opportunities to drive whatever they want, especially if you're an outdoors person. Said it goes pretty smooth on the way in too. It's just all button operated. Just watch your toes, make sure nothing's in the way as you come in.
some of the blinds were not accessible because of kind of where they were located or how they were set up, but they had an amazing trailer blind. And they had parked that thing in just this amazing intersection.
Very similar to whitetail. You know, they're bedding in an area and then they're feeding in an area, and they use pretty much the same travel corridor each time. So we were set up in the travel corridor.
It's an art form to eating seeds.
I think I'm trying to hunt, and he's distracting me by spitting seeds into that container. And it's like echoing in here, it's so loud. He's got at least 1, 2 behind him. If we can get these does to clear out, I might be able to take him. Just waiting for her to clear. Don't you go anywhere. He had about, I don't know, 8 or 9 does around him, and they just would not move. And then they started dropping off one by one. And it was like, okay, 7, 6, 5. We got down to 1 doe left. And that shooter was standing broadside right in the middle of the shooting lane. And she was right in front of him. And so we were just waiting for her to move, and she finally did start to move. And he turned and stuck his butt to us and just started walking in the other direction. And we could not get him to stop for anything. Followed that doe right out of here. We never had a clean shot.
Just 2 seconds, 2 more steps from that doe, and she was cracking that shot. But boom, as quick as he showed up, they're gone.
This was definitely the hunt of second chances and then third chances. It seemed like everything would get right down to where we thought it was going to happen, and I would get ready to take a shot, and then something completely out of our control would happen. This time what slowed us up was I just could not see anymore, at least not enough to take an ethical shot. And we tried to get the shooter to stop there at the end, and he just wasn't interested. He just kept right on walking, and with the dim light that I had there, I just didn't feel comfortable taking the shot. And so I had to make that call.
Second time, it almost happened. It was close. Ashlee had to watch their big axis just walk away because she didn't get a good shot. That's just the way hunting is.
Hey, there's 2 does coming out. There's more coming.
Another doe. Oh, look at all the does. He's got to be in there. There's another.
That is our
Oh, there we go.
There we go. There we go. There's the one. That's our shooter. That's our boy.
Okay, he's moving off. Okay, never had a shot.
Hang on, he might come back to the left. He's coming left. He's coming left.
Are you guys ready?
He can't. I think he got it.
I don't even know. We thought we had a little bit more time, and all of a sudden that group we've been watching for 2 days just came piling out. And there were 2 shooters that we were looking for. One was a little darker, and one was lighter, and the lighter one stepped out.
That's the first time I've been on a hunt where somebody was behind the trigger for axis. That was exciting. I can't believe that just happened.
Just so thankful when it finally does work out that way. You're able to take a clean shot. You're able to make a good shot. You don't have to worry about hitting more than one animal or it being too dark to see or anything like that. And so being patient paid off. We waited a little bit longer, and the perfect shot presented itself, and we were able to take it. And it was just really exciting to get that animal on the ground. Oh my gosh, this is a gorgeous animal. So gorgeous. So thankful for the meat and the hide and just the adventure and getting outdoors and how amazing that is, and getting to show other people what's possible. But just really thankful to Chad for the opportunity. And
We've had the highs and the lows and some near misses, the way hunting should be, and
that's right.
we stuck it out, and it just happens like that, like magic sometimes. Beautiful country, great people,
Yeah.
and your daughter was here.
Yeah, and my little girl got to be here, so that was pretty amazing.
After Ashlee got her axis, it was my turn to get behind the trigger. We went on a turkey hunt the next day. Our guide Bobby picked out a good spot, had popped up my pop-up blind. We've been seeing turkeys move all day long, so we got out there in the middle of the day and it didn't take long.
They're coming down, they're coming. Hey, get off my decoy.
That was like picture perfect. Decoy was set up perfect, blind was set up perfect. They came right in, gave us a little show, and then Chad made a perfect shot. And then they stuck around and gave us a show afterward too. So that could not have been better. That was awesome. Nice shot.
You were set up perfect right there. Look
I
at
was
you.
like, I'm just sitting here watching the show. Nice shot.
Thank you.
Oh, give it to me from a long distance. Oh, don't flip over.
Beautiful bird. It's one of my favorite birds to hunt. One of the prettiest birds on the planet. Couldn't have been better. What a great way to end our first week here in Texas with Lundville. And I hadn't been able to hunt one in several years, so it's pretty cool to get out. I'm looking forward to the future, doing more hunts in other states and hunting other animals, and who knows where it might lead. Hopefully we'll be able to reach a lot of people out there and bring some with us. If not, we're gonna show some people how to do things in the outdoors and how to get out there and do it on their own. That's just as important as them coming with us.
I don't think you could have asked for a better trip. This is something that Chad and I have talked about for a long time, about wanting to do together. And we've always had ideas and we've kicked things around and waited for the right opportunity. And I think we absolutely found it. Thumbtack Ranch is just an amazing place. Trinity Oaks is a great organization, just full of great people that are doing exactly what we want to do. They understand and they recognize the importance of getting people into the outdoors. Hopefully just continue to follow us as we go on other hunts and show people what's possible, because we've got some great stuff lined up for everybody and excited to share it with all of you.